What a beautiful day. Hello guys, welcome to Newcastle. Newcastle is a small city north of Sydney. I'm up here this weekend visiting a very good friend of mine, and said very good friend has a drone, and not just any drone either. He has the DJI Phantom 4, and if you're familiar with your drones, you'll know that that's an awfully good one. So we're just going to do a little tour of Newcastle, see if we can get some cool footage. Bit of local wildlife. Hello mate. So here we have it, the beast. So the owner of this drone, Sergeant Bilko, is actually a qualified pilot. Not just a drone pilot, but a qualified pilot. So I'm expecting some fairly impressive footage.
People generally ain't aware of the hazards associated with this here aircraft. One needs to be on the ball, plan ahead, think fast, otherwise people die. Let me tell you that again, people will die if you're not frosty. You understand me? This ain't no play school game. Hell.
Doesn't this seem like another one of those dreams that you're never gonna wake up from? Like you hit repeat and you signed the lease for another 6 months in the swamp. Given that you brag that you haven't done bad at avoiding anything intimate. Claims that you're reformed and the drugs are gone, and they just don't seem legitimate. When you behave like a fuckwit, don't you see that your crew are getting less hip to helping out with your mess? Far less inclined to put up with your bullshit. I've never been one to preach, but your habit's like a whale and you're so beached. Do this one for your peeps. Get yourself together and get off of the shit heap. Instead of hunting like a hawk, you're stumbling around like an ibis at the food court. It's time to get up off the floor. Take some time, steady yourself, sure, but don't be wasting any more of your life with the ice and your cold sores. Turn the tide in the war.
Here is a news flash.
Never let the darkness defeat you. All it wants to do is disarm you and beat you, but it can never get through if you build your fort on clarity and virtue. The soldier of fortune mentally subdues an enemy like Sun Tzu. When confidence is in you, you roll through the gates of the Sphinx like Atreyu. Will you choose life or a pistol? When the going gets tough, will you stand up to evil and remove any doubt about your guts and resolve to prevail and emerge from your drug dealer's asshole? It was never dubious that most of your childhood was fucking perilous. Coming up without a family and moving around more than a game of Monopoly. But you kept it out the gutter, and when shit went south you became the motherfucker. A superhero made of rubber. It all bounced off, never hurting your endeavor. It's all changed and I find it real funny that all it took was a cook and a dunny and a box of pseudoephedrine to soak up your strength and shatter your dreams. Never let the darkness defeat you. All it wants to do is disarm you and beat you, but it can never get through if you build your fort on clarity and virtue. The soldier of fortune mentally subdues an enemy like Sun Tzu. When confidence is in you, you roll through the gates of the Sphinx like Atreyu. Never let the darkness defeat you. All it wants to do is disarm you and beat you, but it can never get through if you build your fort on clarity and virtue. The soldier of fortune mentally subdues an enemy like Sun Tzu. When confidence is in you, you roll through the gates of the Sphinx like Atreyu. Like Atreyu. Like Atreyu. Like Atreyu.
If ever there was a grown-up toy, that is it. And it's foolproof as well. Within 5 minutes, I was flying it around, taking video. Who said you can't use a DRZ on the highway? So that was Stockton Beach, Newcastle, we ended up flying around over. Apparently the Phantom 4 has object tracking functionality as well. So next time I'm up here visiting, we're going to experiment with a bit of tracking of the bike and tooling around with that. So Sergeant Bilko that you heard from just before, that was giving us a lecture on the perils of flying, turns out he's not a bad musician either. So if you like the music in this video, hit me up. Look at this glorious bridge! One other very important thing to mention before the end of this video. Sergeant Bilko, who you're now very familiar with, drone pilot, musician, he's also expecting the birth of his first child any week now. So I just wanted to say, man, I'm very excited for you, and I can't wait to meet the little guy or girl. And I am sure that you guys are going to be the best parents.